In this video, we will see what is a sine wave and terms related to sine wave. So first of all, what is a sine wave? So a sine wave, also called as sinusoidal wave, is a smooth periodic oscillation. It's the most basic form of a wave and serves as the foundation for understanding more complex waveforms. Now here we can see this is a sine wave. It is repeating again and again. Now let's say if we click this play button. Now here we can see this is a sine wave. This is how a sine wave looks like. Now from here we can adjust its amplitude, and from here we can adjust its frequency. Now here this frequency is 0.5 Hz and the maximum value or amplitude is 100 volt. Now the sine wave is the graphical representation of the sine function from trigonometry. Now here we can see v of t is equal to Vm sine omega t plus phi. Now since we are considering this as a voltage waveform, so that's why we have taken this v of t is equal to Vm sine omega t plus phi. If this was a current waveform, then it will be I of t is equal to Im sine omega t plus phi. But in trigonometry, it is y of t is equal to a sine omega t plus phi. Now here the a represents the amplitude, but here in place of amplitude we have taken maximum value. So here this is maximum value from this center line to peak, or we can say to crust. This is called as maximum value, or it is also called as amplitude. Now here again this maximum value is Vm because it is the maximum value of voltage. If this waveform is of current, then it will be Im, maximum value of current. Now this function produces a wave that smoothly goes up and down in a continuous pattern like a swing or ripple. Now next we will see what are the terms related to sine wave. So first is amplitude. So from here this center line to this crust is called as amplitude, and amplitude is represented by capital A. So its definition will be like this: the maximum value the wave reaches from its center 0 position is called as amplitude, and it is represented by capital A. Then next is frequency. Now here we can see the frequency is 0.5 Hz. Now what is mean by frequency? The number of complete cycles or waves that occurs per second. Now here from this 0 to this 2, it is one complete cycle. Here we can see it is a one cycle, and the time it takes to complete one cycle is called as periodic time. Now from here to here it is one complete cycle, then from here to here this is second cycle. Now how many cycles completed in 1 second is called as frequency, and frequency is represented by small f, and the unit of frequency is Hertz. Here we can see the unit of frequency is Hertz. Then the formula for frequency is f is equal to 1 upon t. Here we can see f is equal to 1 upon t, or we can say t is equal to 1 upon f. So time period is the reciprocal of frequency, or frequency is the reciprocal of time period. We can say both the statements are correct. Now high frequency is equal to many waves quickly. That means high frequency more waves or more number of cycles. Low frequency means less number of cycles completed in 1 second. Now as we know that human hearing frequency ranges from 20 Hz to 20 kHz, and AC power generally which is generally used in India is 50 Hz. Now next is time period or periodic time. Periodic time is represented by capital T. The definition of periodic time is the time it takes for one full cycle is called as periodic time. Now here we can see from this 0 to this 0 crossing, it is one complete cycle, and how much time it takes to complete this one cycle is called periodic time. It is measured in seconds, and the formula for periodic time is T is equal to 1 upon F. Now here for this waveform, the periodic time or time period is 2 seconds. Now next is wavelength. Now wavelength is denoted by lambda. So what is wavelength? The distance between two corresponding points of a wave. So from here, this crest to this crest, it is called as wavelength. It is measured in meters. Then next is phi or phase. So phase describes the horizontal shift of the wave. So let's say if we shift this like this, so it is called as phase shift or phase. It is measured in radians or in degrees. Now here we can see this phi represents phase shift. Then next is crest or trough. So crest means the highest point of the sine wave and trough means the lowest point. These are easy visual indicators of the wave motion. Then next is 0 crossing. Now here we can see this is a 0 crossing for this waveform. Again, this is also 0 crossing, this is also 0 crossing. So what is meant by 0 crossing? The point where the wave crosses the center line is called as 0 crossing and its value is equal to 0. Now it is important for signal processing, timing circuits and detecting phase shifts. Now next is omega or angular frequency. Now here we can see angular frequency is denoted by omega and it is equal to 2 pi f. This is useful in physics and electrical engineering, especially for rotating system. Now here we can see this is the omega, which is the angular frequency. Now what is the definition of angular frequency? It is the another way of expressing how fast a wave oscillates using angles. So let's say if we click this play button, now here we can see this is the speed of rotation. Now we can measure this by using omega or angular frequency. So this is the instantaneous value which is represented by V of t, or the standard expression for this is y of t is equal to a sine omega t plus phi. Now we will see the applications of sine wave. So sine wave is used in electricity, audio, radio, mechanical systems, medical and math. And again remember, amplitude is represented by capital A. It is the height of wave and its units are V, M, etc. Then next is frequency. Frequency are the waves per second. It is measured in hertz and its formula is 1 upon capital T. Then next is time period. It is the time per wave. It is measured in seconds and its formula is T is equal to 1 upon F. Then next is wavelength. Wavelength is represented by lambda. It is the length of one wave and it is measured in meters. Then next is phase shift or phase. It is the shift in a wave. It is measured in degrees or radians. Then next is angular frequency. It is the speed in radian per second and its unit is radian per second. So this is about sine wave and terms related to sine wave.